Hey everybody, welcome to my video. My name is Iris, and in my videos I talk about self-love, relationships, and our expanding consciousness. And today I want to have a conversation with you about the global condition on our planet right now. And I hope that you are all healthy and well, and I'm wishing you a lot of love and support and light through a really challenging time. We are all moving through this experience, and we're all having different experiences of the experience. And I talk to many people, and some people are coming from a place of absolute dread and fear, and the fear is due to a lot of different things. Some people, I heard somebody last week say the world is going to hell in a handbag, and that is complete devastation, and that we're never going to recover from this. Other people are coming from a place of fear of there won't be enough. There won't be enough money. There isn't enough food. I'm going to starve to death. How will I survive? How am I going to feed my children? What's going to happen? And the light that I want to share with you to hopefully move you out of a dark space, if you happen to be in a really dark space about the experience, is that we don't ultimately we don't know what the outcome of all of this is going to be. And I think a lot of us are panicking because we don't know the outcome and how this is going to affect us on a global, not only on a personal level and in our families and in our communities and, in our cities and towns and countries, but, globally, what does this mean for us? The full effects, we don't know yet. And I think a lot of people are looking for answers. And right now there are no answers. But what I feel strongly is that with all chaos, we are being called in all instances to rise up in humanity, in the way we show up in our lives and how we treat one another and how we treat animals and nature and our planet. I really feel that this is yet another shift that we are experiencing, and not to come across as being trite to the severity and the impact that this is having on a lot of people. I have a lot of compassion and empathy for those people. I feel the weight of the energy swirling around out there, and I acknowledge that this is really a painful time for a lot of people at varying levels. But we are being called, I believe, we are being called to a higher expression of who we are as human beings. I feel that we are, and I just talked about this in a video that I just did, about how the veil of our authenticity is starting to be lifted. And what I mean by that is a lot of us hide behind defense mechanism in one way, shape, or form. But as a human population, we are called to really being more of our authentic self and allowing ourselves to connect with other people from a heart-centered place, instead of a place of ego and a place of greed and a place of fear and fear of loss, fear of judgment, fear of being heard, fear of being seen, fear of not being good enough and not worthy. We are all being called to shed that and step into more purity that is our birthright. You look at any newborn baby, they are as pure as they come, and they bring such joy, and they don't know any different. They have no judgments about anything or anyone. Even as little toddlers, they bring such joy and so much magic into our lives. And I really feel strongly that this is going to be the outcome of what is happening here. Now, not that, everybody's going to get on board with my message. There are some people, who will continue to be in fear, and that's okay. They're allowed to. They're on their own journey. They're on their own path. We are all on our own paths, and yet we walk the path together here, right? But if you are wanting to find some light in the darkness, here are some suggestions that I have for you. Please try not to look for all of the answers, because we can drive ourselves crazy trying to look for answers that don't exist yet. All we can do is shut off the media, because it propagates more fear. And, it's media, the news, CNN. I know some people are just like glued to that, and they walk away talking about what they've learned, what they've heard, how they've processed that information, what they believe to be true for them, and then they go out and then they spew that all over the place, and it invokes fear in other people. When we shut that down and limit how much exposure we have to it, we can then go back within ourselves, because that's what we're being called to do in order to raise the consciousness of our planet and bring more light into the world. We have to go within, and this is a great time to do that. I'm a huge advocate for meditating and getting quiet and still within, because within is where we find all of our own answers. Within is where we start to have faith in humanity. Within is where we start to build connections and bonds with other people that are of a higher vibration, and creates more connectedness. And who doesn't want more connectedness, right? But coming from a place of love rather than fear, right? So if you're in that place, limit the amount of information that you are consuming from the news media. That's not to say become ignorant about what's going on in the world. We want to stay educated. We want to stay informed. We want to have an awareness of what is happening. And we all need to do our part so that we can stay safe. But we also need to come from a place of being grounded and being able to make informed decisions for ourselves based on the information that is being presented to us, and be able to be discerning about that. Another suggestion that I have for you is, spend time in meditation, and that could be going for walks in nature and, using the resources of the earth to really ground yourself and become calm. It's amazing, whether you go out to the ocean or whether you go into a park or, a forest or whatever, of course, keeping your distance from other people. But it is amazing how when you go for a walk in nature, how grounded you feel after you leave there. When was the last time you actually went and had a walk in the forest somewhere and just like stop to smell the trees, to smell the moss? If you have moss, where I live, we have a lot of moss in our forest. To smell the forest itself, to listen to the wind blow through the trees and to feel that energy, to listen to the birds, Or maybe it's out in the waves, you know, feeling the sand between your toes. Hopefully it's not freezing cold where you are. Or listening to the waves either roll up onto the shore, or maybe they're crashing to the shore. This is all Mother Nature. This is our earth. This is our planet. And it is there to help support us and to help ground us. And it is really, really powerful. So if you are in that place of fear and, you know, looking for answers and worried about what's next, I really encourage you to get outside and just ground yourself somewhere in nature, whatever feels best and right for you. And, you know, maybe for you, it's going to be hopping on your bike and going for a bike ride, or getting in your car and driving somewhere, whatever feels right for you. But try and get out of that high anxiety state and just, you know, allow yourself to be grounded by your earth, because it is freaking amazing. Our earth is amazing. The third suggestion that I have for you is gratitude. You know, sometimes gratitude is really hard. You know, if we're in a really low place, sometimes it's really hard to see the good in what's going on in our own personal space. But gratitude can be found everywhere. And, you know, some people don't have a toothbrush to brush their teeth, you know, but if you're watching this, chances are you do. You're watching this, so you have internet to be able to watch it. Children, you know, hug and love your children. They might be driving you, you know, batshit crazy because they're home from school, right? But they're little blessings in our lives, and, you know, embrace them and just love them up and cherish them, and really cherish them. Your partner, if you're in a relationship, you know, maybe you've been having some financial challenges through this whole experience, and maybe you were having them before the experience. You know, have gratitude for that person and just give them a hug just because they're there with you. A lot of people are alone in the world and they don't have anybody to hug them. It's that, it's the, we have fresh air to breathe. We have healthy bodies. I hope that you all have healthy bodies. And every day we wake up and we're still breathing. You know, appreciate those things. Appreciate the money that is flowing in to you. And, you know, I hope your government, your state, whatever it happens to be, your community is, you know, providing resources and fundings. I know here where I live, in this country, we have, you know, government funding that is showing up to support us, and I hope that you have the same there. But have gratitude for the fact that that is in place and that is available for you. When you switch the focus of, you know, our government should be helping us, and like pointing the finger, they should be helping us, to one of, I am so thankful that they are helping us, right? And all different ways, you know. If somebody gives you a gift of money, you know, don't feel bad about how they are supporting you during a difficult time. You know, don't feel guilty, don't feel bad. Have the appreciation, because when somebody gives to you from their heart space, they want it to be received in the same way, from a place of love, not feeling like, oh, it's a handout, or that there's a whole repayment structure where you feel embarrassed that you need the help. We all need the help. Let's face it, we all need the help. And this is a time for us to come together and love each other and support each other in the best way we know how. I strongly believe, as I'm getting up to 14 minutes here, I really strongly believe that there is something good that's going to be coming out of here. And I know that a lot of people are scrambling to get secure in a very insecure and unstable time. But I really encourage you just to focus on your little family unit, however big or small that is, and let that ripple out, and ask how you could be of service to somebody else that might be needing something that you are able to give to them. And we will make it through this, and we will come out the end in whatever way we come out the end. But I believe it's going to be good. So I hope that you found some light and some inspiration in this video, and leave a comment below. Share it, like it, comment, and I'm sending you so much love, and we're all in this together, and I love you all. Take good care.